Okay, we're back.
And so
Here's Chef
yeah,
Michelle.
this is the way I normally look, but I'm old, so I have to wear reading glasses because I can't see.
Well, I was wearing reading glasses too.
So we've got this lovely menage here of bacon lardons, chopped mushroom.
Menage. These are highly technical cooking terms. Melange. Right?
Melange, whatever the word is.
Not menage.
This is a big old mixture.
Not Nicki Minaj. This is
no
melange.
Okay, whatever. Of bacon lardons,
Yeah.
diced mushrooms, dried parsley,
Red onion.
red onion. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually,
you're
just
the
a
one that
little.
wanted all the onions.
Yes, because red onion's good. So, and by the way, my mom says she's never ever met a sweet onion in her life. But let me tell you, a good Vidalia, you could just eat it like an apple. So this was really hot last time you saw Jeff take it off the griddle. So I blasted it in the freezer for about 2 minutes just to cool it down very quickly, because whenever we add our blue cheese, we don't want the blue cheese to turn into mush. So.
And here you can see the tenderloin that I've already split open. So the tenderloin is split and ready to be stuffed. And it looks beautiful. Looks better than it did in the Cryovac package.
So how much blue cheese are we supposed to use in this? Just till it looks right?
Yeah, just whatever you think. Of course, we got more stuff in there than we probably need. We're gonna.
Yeah, blue cheese is expensive, so
I'm
going to be kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say skincy, but
I think we're gonna kind of. That's good.
I think that's good. That's like 2 teaspoons worth, something like that. If you're
two
people out there in TV land or watching. All right, but you know what? Since I was filming before, I haven't washed my paws, so I'm going to go wash my paws before I start touching the tenderloin.
Okay. Well, the tenderloin is ready to go. We've still got some bacon here to wrap it with, and there's our marinade that we're going to use. I'm going to go over here and try to get a Ziploc bag to put this tenderloin in. I think a quart size will probably work for this, don't you think?
Oh, we're going to put it in a bag?
Yeah, to marinate it.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was going in a...
What,
bowl.
a jar? Bowl?
No, a bowl.
You're just going to leave it in that bowl?
No, I thought it was going to go in a different, like a casserole.
I think the bag will work better just because
fantastic, whatever.
I'm not sure if it's big enough though, because we don't want to scrunch it up.
No, there you. I get too big of a bag and you get too small of a bag.
I know, that's just the way it always works. All right, back to the. Sorry, we're back to the. We're back to the.
Married life.
Back to the married life. Yeah. So we'll try to get. Let's see if we can give you a little shot of that as I'm reaching in there. Okay, sorry. If everybody's dizzy now because of me moving the camera around, I don't blame you.
Okay, so I have clean hands.
Clean hands.
And I took my rings off so I wouldn't get goopy everywhere in there, and nobody wants to do that. Okay.
Right. Well, we're gonna cook this, so it's gonna kill whatever was on your hands anyway.
Yeah, which shouldn't be much.
Plus, the marinade has lots of acid in it, which will kill anything too.
So just this is I have no instruction on this. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. So I'm just going to take this and shove it in here.
Well, you've stuffed a chicken before, haven't you?
No.
Like split a chicken breast and stuff it, or split a tenderloin, pork tenderloin or something and stuff it.
Oh, I think I did stuff a pork tenderloin one time, but it was more like a pocket. It had like a little slit in it, and I just shoved something up in it. I don't know.
I would get as much as I could in there, even if I've got to push it down.
Well, that's what I'm trying.
Even if it's overflowing, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, how much do we want to stuff it?
Well, just stuff it.
I'll just jam all this in here, and
jam it all. We'll wrap it with bacon.
Then it'll
if
be
it
up
falls
to
out,
you
it falls out.
It's up to you to tie it up and wrap her up.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty good at tying things up. Okay.
Yes, you are good at tying up. Hey, if you've ever had his prime rib, you know he's good at tying up prime rib. I can tell you that, because Jeff makes the best prime rib. It's better. The only people that can even compete with him is the Cherokee Grill in Gatlinburg, and there still isn't as good because it doesn't have this like amazing extra peppery crust on the outside. It's all about the seasoning, folks. Okay, look at that. Isn't that lovely?
That is lovely. I do like that shot right there, because actually you can get where you're working.
Yeah.
And you know.
So this will
the
this
bowl
can
and
kind of
all
come
that.
over. Okay, so hey, I think we got it.
So
Oh
go.
yeah, and let's talk about the silver skin for a minute. This tenderloin had this nasty silver skin on it. So Jeff cut that off, and it ended up with this weird little piece right here. And he was able to get the silver skin off of then. So this is just going to be like his little chef's piece.
That's the little griller's piece. That's
Yeah,
the one I get to eat before everybody else.
Yes, everybody else that would be me, but that's all right. He's grilling, so he gets that extra benefit.
All right. Do you want to help me try to wrap this bacon, or you want to give it a shot while you're there?
Well, I can give it a whirl for sure. For
see,
faux show, I'll try.
We'll try to.
So let's try. Well,
what do you
gosh,
think?
it almost does make you think that putting right there would help keep the stuffing in.
Well,
doesn't it?
why don't we put a strip or two that way, or at least one, and then we can wrap.
And wrap like one around it.
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe two.
Hey,
I'm
you're
probably,
blocking the camera,
I
man.
know. Well, let's move the bacon so we can actually make this work.
And I like that you're holding the bacon against this so that I'm not having to touch the bacon package
Yes.
with my tenderloin. Is this what you were thinking about?
Yeah,
Can
so-
y'all see what we're doing right
Yeah,
here?
they can see it because
Okay.
I got it set the right way.
We're just going to try to sort of... See, like this piece is going to try to keep the stuffing in, and then we're going to use
But
these
try to
others.
overlap it just a little bit,
Oh.
so we get there we go.
See, he's better at wrapping. And
Well, I
tying.
have wrapped bacon around different meat before, so yeah. I think one more piece ought to do it, and we may have to even put a toothpick or something in it just to hold the pieces, the ends together. But let's start from there, maybe. Well,
You start it, and I'll lift her up so
that's
we
got a
can...
big. Okay.
Well,
Well, I overlapped it too much, so whatever.
so...
You do whatever you think works.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that right there because it's still a little warm.
Yeah, no...
And I'm gonna get some
Melted
toothpick.
plastic on the griddle, that's not good eats.
A quick wash. The best is so I don't get bacon grease on the toothpick thing.
The toothpick drawer
The toothpick drawer.
or the toothpick box.
Skewer drawer. These are more skewers. They're so big. These are long.
Well, it looks lovely.
It does look lovely. I think you did a fantastic job.
I mean, it's not.
So if I
It's
put
not
that
a
there,
Bobby
does it- do you
Flay
see that?
roll
Oh yeah,
up.
that's really in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a Bobby Flay roll up or anything, but
Bobby Flay roll up? Is that is that a new product? The Bobby Flay roll up?
you know, it's not like they did it on the kitchen or something like that. But this is, hey, it's good enough for Walker County. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my paws again.
So I'm going to skewer this in a couple of places just to hold the bacon on. They got these nice big long toothpick skewers. Look at that. It's like 3 inches. I don't know. Yeah. I'd like to get it in that end right there. Underneath. And poke it through a couple of different... Yeah, this is going to be... I'm going to have to break these off. I'm going to have to do something. We put this in this plastic bag that toothpicks are going to poke through it.
Gus, I go back to my comment earlier about putting it in a bowl.
Well, we don't have a bowl that long, do we?
Yes, goodness.
We have a bowl that long that we have a lid for?
Yes.
We'll have to flip it over.
works too.
Yeah, well, all right.
Well, how about...
We'll have to flip it over in the marinade, won't we? This is beautiful. I don't know. You did this, but you get one more toothpick there that was sticking up and I could get a hold of. I got one going a totally different direction because the end.
think this
See, the
will
end
work. See,
ended up over here.
See, viewers, we have a butt pan that's big enough.
Okay, come on. We got to
And it's IKEA, by the way.
get this end where I can stick this a different way. So it's more like the others, except it's a slightly different direction. But, okay,
There you go. Perfect.
so you want to just put it in this
Yeah.
casserole dish.
Yep, and we'll put this marinade over it. Okay, so this is...
You may be off camera now.
Oh, am I off camera now?
You move
Okay.
to that spot where let's just move the cutting board and you can do it right
okay.
there. Where we know
Fantastic.
where everything is. I'm gonna take this to the.
Because we have all kind of counter space, and we picked the smallest amount of counter space to do this on. Explain that. So,
There's my chef kit.
so I was told we need a red wine vinaigrette. So
That's what the recipe called for.
right.
Yeah.
So I made one, and lately I've been using a lot. I've on the white wine vinegar instead of red wine vinegar. So we needed a cup. I think I got somewhere in the neighborhood of cup and a third, something like that. But we didn't have enough red wine, so I threw red wine vinegar. So I threw in some balsamic and I threw in some white wine vinegar. So it'll be fine. But typically vinaigrettes are like 2 parts oil to 1 part vinegar. I like it the other way around. I like it a little bit more tangy. So that's what we got here. So it's about 2 parts vinegar, 1 part just olive oil, canola oil, whatever you got. About 10 or 12 rounds of cranks of the salt grinder and about 20 or so grinds of the pepper grinder. Shake her up. Just use a plain old mason jar. Why buy salad dressing when you can make it at home so cheap? Everybody's got a mason jar sitting around.
You want me to tie it first now, or we're going to tie it later? I mean, I got these.
Why do you have to tie in the first place?
Well, because the stuff's going to come off once we start cooking it if I don't tie it.
Well, that's up to you. I don't know what to tell you. What do you want to do?
Let me tie it, and I think that might even
Time out. We have a
toothpicks, but I just
interesting
wanted to put the toothpicks on there
conundrum here.
while I'm tying it.
We don't know where the twine
Where
is.
does the twine go? I thought it was right here.
It's in one of the tool
Oh,
drawers.
there it is.
Right in front of you, just like the mayonnaise right in front of you.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to put the vinaigrette to the side while there's some twine tying going on. Oh wow, you got the extra long
Twine time.
l'elegance.
Some
L'elegance toothpicks.
Some
Toothpicks.
twine
Who knew that toothpicks were elegant? But I guess it's because they're long and they have this fancy little turning on the end of them. I like to see the lathe that turn.
See, we
that
might be
fancy
able to put it
little
in the
end on
bag once I
toothpick.
tie it, then I can take the toothpicks out.
Okay.
But I need a flatter surface than this bowl. So we may have dirtied this bowl for no reason.
Well, we have a dishwasher.
So I'm going to go back and get the cutting board, or the flexible cutting thing that we used.
Hey, I'm going to put the bacon in the fridge since we're done with it.
Yes, we're doing that. All right, now I'm doing a what they call a butcher's knot, which is kind of your regular overhand knot, but it's you do 3 loops instead of 2. So the first one is
Do
2,
you need my
and
finger?
the second one is 3. I don't want to pull your finger. What?
Lots of times you make me put my finger and you tie around my finger.
Yeah, no, this one's holding on pretty good. So I'm gonna put one there. Let's see. We'll get one here. One of the things that the extra wrap helps is it helps it kind of not untie while you're tying. So that extra little wrap, if you just do it once instead of twice, it tends to kind of come apart. But if you do it twice, it tends to hang on to it.
Hey, so we mentioned Benton's earlier. Benton's Bacon. This is Benton's Country Ham, Madisonville, Tennessee. Go there. Go talk to Alan Benton himself. He'll shake your hand. It's fabulous. Oh, and they have sausage too.
It's a if you're going to Gatlinburg, it's pretty easy to head that direction and get off at Venora and go that way. Or if you're going to Knoxville for some reason, which I don't know why people go to Knoxville, but anyway.
Because they want to
Something
go
like that
to Calhoun's,
Oh, yeah.
the
Well,
original Calhoun's.
that's a good reason to go to Knoxville, I guess.
Or
Better than why
that's
some
their
people go to
refrigerator bacon.
Knoxville.
So while if you're
I
making
didn't do 3
if you're making a trip up there too, run through and just go stop at Sweetwater Valley Farms.
Cheese Cows Wows.
Cheese Cows. Wow, look for the billboard. They make wonderful cheese. This is Chipotle cheese. It's really good.
Chipotle. Is
And
it Chipotle cheese?
we're not getting paid for any of these recommendations, but if anybody wants to pay us, we'll be glad to take the cash.
No, we're not sponsored, nor are we likely to be. But we're sponsored by our own delusions
Grandeur.
of cookery and grandeur. Yeah. Okay, so I've tied this in like 5 places. I thought 4 was going to be enough. Now I'm going to cut the ends off because we don't want all that extra string hanging around. So just like you do your beef tenderloin or your beef roast or whatever, pork roast, whatever you've tied up, tie it good, get it out, and then I think I'm just going to take the toothpicks out.
Okay.
I think it's going to hold together fine. In fact, I think it'll work better with the tying, the way I've got it tied. Although there's a piece that's kind of loose right there.
Yep, hello.
I wish
There went the twine.
wasn't
We
loose.
need to get more kitchen twine. I wonder if I can do that at a Walmart grocery pickup.
Wish I had gotten that under the twine.
Probably not.
Right there. I'm gonna just try
Well, it
to
looks like you're going to accomplish it.
tuck it under there. This tenderloin is so soft. I mean,
Can
it's-
y'all see that, or
so
do I need
tender.
to move this fancy
No, you
fancy
can't.
bowl?
Yeah, that's not in the way. You look at it. I mean, that's not in the way. See, you can see that perfectly.
Okay.
Don't you think? No,
Well,
you
yeah.
don't think so?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely, you can.
All right. So,
All right, you got goopy hands, so why
I got
don't you
goopy
put
hands.
this in here?
Well,
or
fo-
put this in there too.
I will, but fold down the top edge so we don't get stuff on it. So that's another little tip. See how she folded down the top edge of the
Just roll it
Ziploc
down.
bag? Roll it down so whatever you're sticking in, you don't get it on the locking
zipper part.
the zipper part of the Ziploc bag. So we're gonna put that in there, and we'll get it to sort of settle to the bottom. It's wanting to. Oh, the Ziploc bag is messed up. It's
What's
not,
wrong with it?
Well, it's got a spot right there where it's sealed together. To the two, it doesn't come apart.
No, it is. I fixed it.
Oh, okay. There we go. Good. And we'll put our little tiny piece in there, and then you can
Shake your
shake your marinade and put that in there.
Don't shake your booty. Shake your
Then we're gonna-
marinade.
What's wrong with shaking your booty? There's nothing
Well, I
wrong with
guess you
shaking your
can.
booty. I mean, we're Baptists, but there's nothing wrong with shaking.
Well, I
your
mean, we're
booty.
married too, so it's allowed.
Yeah, well, you
It's
can
not
shake
even
it for
allowed.
each other, yeah.
It's encouraged.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so this is what Jeff's going to do right now. He hasn't said that he's going to do it, but I know he's going to do it. And he's going to be glad I got this bowl out because he's going to take that bag and
Go
put
ahead and
it
set
in.
it in the bowl.
And put it, yeah,
We're
because
gonna
it's
set it in
already
here.
got a hole in it because
Oh,
it's
no.
leaked out all over the.
Well, that's
over
where that
here.
thing was stuck together. See, you pulled it apart and it started leaking. So now we need another bag because it's just
Okay.
gonna leak. What I mean, this is live TV, folks, so you can't plan for these things. But where the bag was stuck together, I don't know if it got hot or what, or I had it next to the toaster oven or.
It's
something.
the Walmart brand. It's cheap.
Okay. So we're just gonna sit this whole bag inside of another bag, which normally wouldn't be necessary, but it will be in this case because we had bag failure.
Ain't nobody got time for bag failure.
But what she was going to say, and now we're going to have to do it with both bags, so I'm just going to leave that one open, is that I'm going to push all the air out as much as I can.
Well,
So I'm
actually, that
gonna-
wasn't what I was going to say.
Oh, is that what you thought?
No, I was just going to say you're going to put it in a bowl so in case it developed any leaks, it wouldn't leak out into the refrigerator.
Yeah.
See, so prime example. It leaked before we even made it to the refrigerator.
So now I'm going to turn it over. Of course, we got all kinds of marinade on the outside of the bag and whatever, but it's all in the bowl, so it'll be fine. So I've got it turned over. We've got it tied up good. I think it's going to stay like that. Hopefully everything doesn't fall apart. But the acid in this marinade and the flavor in the marinade should flavor the meat and tenderize it. Because the acid in that vinegar will begin to tenderize this deer tenderloin.
Does it sort of break down the proteins a little
It sort of
bit?
it breaks down, it denatures the proteins, because when proteins are bound up like this, or when you denature them, they go and they spread apart. So denatured proteins is what you want. And then when you cook it, it seizes up again. And then when you let it rest before you serve it, it relaxes again, and that's why the juices redistribute and all that. That's why you don't ever want to cook meat and then just immediately cut into it right off of the heat. You want to give it time to rest.
And it also will continue to cook for that resting time. So take it off before you think it's done.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll be back in about 6 to 8 hours to cook this and
And have some sides to go with
have
it.
some sides. See you then.